So this is Lizzie's Rose and Jones. As you can see from the title, this is her three-way tag, Aware. No, it's nothing kinky or anything exciting like that. It's still an exciting video, of course. Although mine's not as exciting as everybody else's, but hi, anyway. It's basically just three different sort of scenarios, conditions, and three different fragrances around them all. So the first quick category is three of the most recent purchases you've made. Now, I've been a very good boy these last few months and I've not bought anything since May. So nearly, actually not far off 4 months, never mind 3 months. And that was sort of around my birthday. Two of them are things I've bought and one I've kind of bought, you'll see what I mean. So first up is Lucrethia Cinco Canto, Canto, that one. It's the one that smells a bit like, well, a lot like black opium. And this was obviously one I wanted for that reason, because of its similarity to black opium. It's basically this beautiful kind of coffee dark vanillic fragrance with it's got a lovely jasmine running through it. It's sweet, it's warm, it's cozy, it's very luxurious. It's actually a very nice fragrance, one that I have been wearing quite a bit, but it's going to be one that obviously come the colder months will be one I'm wearing a lot. And it does remind me of black opium, like I say, which is one of my favourite fragrances ever. And then the next one I bought was Alexandre J's Zafeer Oud Vanille, and it was a set, which again I've also done a video on, and you saw it came with, what was it, 6 travel sizes, which were all quite different to each other and quite lovely, but the main one was the Zafeer Oud Vanille, and basically that's like this beautiful sandalwood honeyed kind of thing. It's a bit tropical, but it's mainly all about that kind of sandalwood, coconutty kind of honeyed thing with a touch of musk. Wouldn't call it an oud fragrance. In the far distance you might sniff a little bit of a woody note that could be oud. Well, an oud accord. It's also very nice. It's very pleasant, very easy to wear, and nothing else to say about it. So that's the second one. And the third one is from Benigna, and that's Premier Amour. Now I've already done a video about this one as well. Do need to do a more in-depth review, but this one was gifted to me by the brand. However, with the 30 quid postage and the £90 customs, that's pretty much a perfume, isn't it? Still gifted, still very generous from the brand. And anyway, enough about that. It's basically this beautiful gourmand tuberose. It starts off a little like 100 Silent Ways is how I describe it, but then it kind of gets a lot more depth. You get a lot more kind of this rich vanillic toffee feel from it. The woods are a bit stronger from it. The musks are a bit more kind of prominent, and it's a very beautiful, silky smooth, primarily tuberose, like I say, in the vanilla, but it's got a lot more to it. It was the perfumer behind it was Cecile Zarokia, and we all know really she's one of the best with vanillas. And just the way it works, it's a very luxurious, very beautiful fragrance. It's not too heavy, but it has enough about it to wear it in any weather. So that's the final purchase from this little category, and that's Premier Amour from Benigna. The next category, Lizzie and other people have had it as a declutter. For me, I'm going to change that to ones I should wear more, because they don't really declutter my fragrances. My collection isn't that big, as we all know. So, ones that I should wear more. We'll start this off with Dark from Akro, which is actually, it's a gourmand, and if you know it, it's basically all around the addiction of chocolate. It is a very chocolatey fragrance, but it's not chocolate like we're used to. It's not one of them synthetic kind of creamy weird things. This is more cocoa and the darker side of chocolate. It's also got hazelnut in it and a touch of oud, and it gives us this kind of multifaceted feel. There's levels of it. You get the dark chocolate, then you get like a crumbly chocolate, there's a powdery chocolate in it. The hazelnut gives it that kind of creamy nutty chocolate feel. So it's all like different facets of chocolate, and it's not sweet, it's not well, there's a bit of sweetness in it, but it's not what I call sweet. But because it's chocolate, I call it gourmand maybe. But it's just a beautiful, dark, amazing chocolate fragrance. It is the favourite I've ever tried, and probably one of my favourite gourmands. So that's Dark from Akro. Next one I should wear more, because I kind of save it for special occasions, and you all know it's a special one to me, and that's Kilian's Back to Black. It's easy enough to wear. It's a very kind of, it is sophisticated, and obviously I want to save it for special occasions, but that means wearing it, because there's not many special occasions now, is there really? It's if you don't know, it's like this tobacco and honey. I always need to highlight that it's not a honey tobacco, it's tobacco and honey. This beautiful kind of boozy cherry running through it. It's just perfection, really. It's the best tobacco fragrance I've ever smelled. It's pure sophistication and class. It's not particularly loud, and it's one of them. Of course, at this time of night it will be like a motorway, because there's never any traffic down here unless you're filming. Sorry about that. But yeah, back to the fragrance. It's basically this beautiful kind of warm tobacco, like a pipe tobacco almost, and the honey note gives it this really silky, smooth, seductive feel through it, and that cherry's like this naughty little facet, this naughty little bit of sweetness in there, you know, like that red flash, and that's what I think makes it so special and stand out from other ones. And obviously it's got Kilian's magic musks in it. So yeah, that's Back to Black from Kilian. And finally, it's that fragrance that I think we all say we should wear more, because it is a beautiful fragrance, but it seems there's never a right occasion to wear it, and that you'll all know when I say is D&G's Dolce & Gabbana's the One Edp. It's a beautiful, rich, smooth, sweet again, boozy kind of tobacco-y fragrance, very ambery, very rich, very beautiful. For me, it's never bothered me that it's not a particularly strong fragrance. It does, for what it's meant for, kind of date night snuggly fragrance, I think it's perfect. It's not that, that's not why I don't wear it. It's just when to wear it. I suppose I don't have many of them date night snuggly occasions, maybe, who knows. But it's a beautiful fragrance. I've barely wore it since I've had it, and again, maybe it suits the cooler weather a bit more. But it is one, and I always keep saying it, I'll wear it more because I love it. So that's the One Edp from Dolce & Gabbana. And the final category is 3 fragrances on my wish list. This one will be nice and short. Again, it's been difficult. And I'll start off with the Masque Milanos. Now again, recently I just did a video about this. I do have a top 5. And I think I've kind of got it down to between 2 again. And that's Petra and Ray-flection. So one of them will be making its way to me. Petra is basically, the easiest way of describing Petra is like Coco Mademoiselle, but with more to it, more fruitiness, more pop, more fun, more interesting, less of the kind of patchouli vibe, a different kind of patchouli. It's sweet, it's fun, it's addictive, it's like this fruituli, I believe you'd call it, wouldn't you really? It's magnificent. And Ray-flection, this is counting as one choice for both of these, by the way. is this mimosa, this crazy bright sunshine, radioactive sunshine, rave night mimosa that's loud, sweet, bright, blindingly bright. It's got other touches of kind of fruity florals in it and that, and obviously again a nice muskiness about it. It's just a fragrance that you wouldn't expect to be me, but I absolutely love it. So that's Ray-flection and Petra from Masque Milano. And then from a similar house is La Prima from Milano Fragranze, which is kind of like that Masque Milano sister house. And it's La Prima. It's always been La Prima since the first smell. All the line, all the samples. La Prima was absolute love at first sniff. It's based around kind of the concept of a visit to an opera house. It's powdery, it's floral, it's a sweet fruitiness about it. Top of my head, there's a lot of jasmine. There might be a splash of orange blossom in there. It's everything in a fragrance you know I love, and it's just so, just everything. I can't describe it well enough, to be fair. You'd have to sniff it yourself, but it's that kind of women in fur coats, makeup, beautiful perfume on them, that kind of whole scene of like a 19th century opera house. It's magnificent. So that's La Prima from Milano Fragranze. And finally, this again surprises me how my tastes are moving more towards kind of fruity florals, which I never really loved much before. And I recently tried a Discovery set from Olfactivo, and the one I fell in love with, much to my surprise, was the fruity one. I thought it would be the floral or the skin one, like it's based around musks, the skin one, but no, it was the fruity one, which again is all these juicy beautiful fruits, peach, and I think it's got osmanthus in it, and it's, like I say, it's this fruity floral. It's got this really distinctive kind of raspberry and strawberry about it as well. So it's quite red fruity mixed with all the juicy other coloured fruits. It's just beautiful, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's got touches of musk and patchouli in the base, which kind of give it a bit more about it. And yeah, I absolutely love it. And that will be my kind of third purchase on my wish list. So thanks, Lizzie, for the tag. I know this was very short and not much detail in it, but it didn't need a lot in it, did it really? I'd already spoken about most of the things in it quite a few times. What about you? What would be your 3 fragrances for your 3-way? Have you got any on your wish list? What are you going to get next? What fragrances don't you wear enough? Right, thanks folks. Bye.